Today we're going to learn how to use the very icky, sticky, messy Elmer's liquid glue. So the first thing we need to know is how to open and close it. I like to start with it on its side because that's easy to see then if it's open or closed. So I'm going to twist the orange part, not here. I'm twisting the orange part and I can see there's a little space here. That's how I know I've opened it. The other clue is when it's closed, there's a white piece of plastic that sticks out right here. It kind of looks like it might be a piece of glue, but it's not. Actually, it's a piece of plastic, but that piece of plastic will help push out old glue. Look, it like pushed out a little piece of old glue. So if my glue is ever not working, I can try opening it and then closing it and then opening it again. And this little white piece of plastic will help push out old dried up glue. It'll help make it clear and open. So now that it's open, I can, if I turn it upside down, it's okay. If I turn it upside down, look at, I'm not even squeezing it and it's starting to drip. And yes, it is going to get some glue on the table. And that's okay. So I don't even have to squeeze. Squeezing the bottle is where everybody gets into the mistake of making a big disaster, a big puddle instead of a raindrop. So what you want to do when you're using glue is remember these two phrases. So we're going to say them together. Here goes the first one. A dot is a lot. A line is fine. Let's try it once more. A dot is a lot. A line is fine. Good job. Okay. So you're going to practice that today on this paper. So this is how you're going to hold your glue. It's going to be with your 3 pinchers only. So show me your 3 pinchers just like this. Oh, good job. So watch what I do. I put the glue in my hand with just my pinchers. Using my pinchers helps me to not squeeze too hard. Yeah, we don't want to squeeze too hard. So watch what I'm going to do. I don't even have to squeeze most of the time. I can just set it to the paper. When the tip touches the paper, when the tip touches the paper, some glue sticks to the paper. So you always want the tip on the paper. And I'm actually trying to make dots that are so tiny I can still see the black around it. And the same thing when I do my line. The tip is going to touch the paper. If I need to squeeze a little bit with my pinchers, I can. I'm just going to pull it across the paper. And then the wiggly line, the same thing. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oops. But I want it very thin. These are almost too thick, actually, because I've been holding it upside down for so long. The thinner, the better. So let me show you what that might look like if I'm gluing down some pieces. A dot is a lot. If I want to glue this heart, I could do little tiny dots around the edges of my heart. So I'm just tapping my glue to the heart shape all around the edges. I don't even need glue in the middle. Just tapping, tapping, tapping around the edges. And then I can use my finger to kind of touch it to help pick it up if I want. Oop, there we go, flipped it over. And then I'm just going to press it for a minute. If I use too much glue, this is what's going to happen. It'll ooze out the sides, and when it dries, it'll change the color of the paper. It also wrinkles the paper. It's kind of hard to see in this video, but the paper gets all wonky and sort of curvy instead of staying nice and clean and straight. So this part I glued on correctly. These ones I had too much glue. Let me show you. If I do too much glue on this one, I'll know that I did too much glue because when I set it down and press, glue will come out the side. So if you ever see glue coming out the sides, that means you use too much glue. And if that happens, it's okay. Accidents happen. You want to try to wipe it away with your finger And when you wipe it away, it'll end up staining the paper a little bit. Do you see how on this one the paper has some different colors where there was too much glue? All right, it's okay. Accidents happen. We want to just keep trying. I want to show you what a line is fine could look like. If you go a thin line near the edge, you don't want it right on the edge because you want room for it to squish in without oozing out. So that could be an okay line. Turn it around, press it down. No glue came out, so I'm good. So that's your clue. If glue is coming out the edges, that means you did too much glue. You should be able to put the glue on, turn it over, and press it down and have nothing come out. Now, we don't ever want to put the glue on the big paper. We put the glue on the little piece that we're gluing down. All right, so remember, pinchers only, and a dot is a lot, and a line is fine.